So this is Hannah with Meadow Blossom Goods, and I am here to do our follow-up video about our Blackbird Best for Black Lace Starch, the 1896 recipe that I just put up on our Etsy shop. So you might remember from yesterday or some of the pictures I've been posting that it comes in kind of like a tea bag form, and then you pour boiling water over the top of it and let it sit. And the longer you let it sit, the better it gets. So, well, to an extent at least. This one has been sitting for about 24 hours. So it's got some really nice tint to it. And it needs at least like 12 hours for the gum arabic that's also in this recipe to fully dissolve. And that's kind of what makes the starch work as a starch. So once you're ready to use it, your first step is going to be obviously to take this tea bag out. And you don't want to squeeze it a lot because you don't want it to get, you don't want a lot of the impurities to come through the tea bag or anything, but you do want to get kind of that excess water out of there. So I kind of squeeze it out a little bit and then lay it down on a plate and set it aside here. So yesterday I had said that I was going to starch my black lace fichu, which is unfortunately missing. So that is why Louie here has joined the party. This is my beautiful 3-year-old daughter's doll that she takes with her to events. So she's dressed all cute in her little Civil War dress, and I cut this fichu out of her scraps. So what I'm going to do, I'll put Louie back on her little chair here. We might get to be on good terms with Louie here because I'm sure that her clothes will need starching and a little upkeep now and then too. Kids can be pretty hard on their dolls. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the starch and I'm going to pour it into this bowl here. That will help keep what's left in your jar pure. The stuff in the jar is not going to keep forever, but it actually occurs to me that I bet you can probably freeze it and it will probably work just fine taking it out of the freezer. Of course, I haven't tested that yet, but that would be probably what I'm going to try next because I'm not going to use this whole jar on this little dolly-sized fichu here. So I put a little bit in our bowl, and when I did the video with LBCC Historical a couple weeks ago, we had painted it on with a brush, and I was thinking if you're doing something bigger, like a fichu or a shawl or something like that, whether it's a headpiece or whatnot, it might be easier to actually like soak it in the liquid. So that's gonna be what I'm going to do right now. I've got it inside the bowl here, getting it nice and wet, making sure that all of that liquid is kind of getting soaked into our little miniature fichu. Hold on, let me let my dog in. Sorry about that. So we have it good and wet. Now gum arabic can act as a glue, so you want to be really careful to not like stick it to itself and let it dry that way. You want to make sure there's some kind of separation. So I'm going to kind of wring it out a little bit. And most of your laundry instructions from the 19th century and before that, and even some of the modern ones, recommend that for laces, crocheted work, wool, all that sort of stuff, you want to dry it flat. So what I've done is I've kind of made like an impromptu like ironing board type thing here right on my island in the kitchen. And I used just a bath towel and I put a piece of cotton over the top of it. And if your item is small enough, you can use your ironing board, but I wanted to kind of show you how you can make it a bigger space for, you know, an adult size fichu. So then you're going to lay it flat, and depending on how cooperative it's being, like this one, you know, our little miniature version is being nice and flat, it's not curling up or doing anything bizarre. But when we had worked with the fish shoe at LBCC Historical, Alicia's had kind of a scalped edge that wanted to curl up, and I wanted to make sure that that was all flat. And to do that, you're just going to take stick pins and kind of make sure it stays flat. So that's why the towel is here. So I can stick it right into the towel and kind of make sure that we're keeping it as flat as we can. So you can do this with pretty much anything that you have that is black lace, modern or historical, and it's going to give it kind of a crisper finish, and it's going to help it lay a little bit better too. You're not going to struggle with ironing and curled edges and all that miserable stuff that can make all these extra little pretty accessories kind of a pain to work with. So this starch is very specialized for specifically black lace, but it would also work on pretty much anything black, whether that's a black lawn, muslins, yeah, anything black that's of a finer material, it's going to work well on. And it's going to help keep that nice color too because of the tea inside of it. So this is up in the shop at www.meadowblossomgoods.etsy.com. Here's the package you're going to be looking for. Again, it's called the Blackbird. And check it out. Thanks for tuning back in. Again, this is Hannah Schledweiler with Meadow Blossom Goods, and you have a wonderful day. Thanks.